Hello, YouTube viewers out there. It is Sebastian of Sebastian's and Movie Game Time. And on episode 79, I'm going to be reviewing and talking about movies. Movies from the year of 1990, or movies of 1990. So, hello, welcome. Let's get started, shall we? First, we have a movie called Marked for Death. It's by a DA agent who finds out that he and his family are marked for death and have a price on their heads by a vicious Jamaican drug lord. Marked for Death. This is a Steven Seagal movie, an early Steven Seagal film. Marked for Death. I I call it a cult classic action film of the 90s. Um, I thought it was pretty good. Steven Seagal plays a character who goes up against a Jamaican drug lord villain. So I mean that's really cool. Um, yeah. I think Mark for Death is a fun entertainment action film. Mark for Death. It stars Steven Seagal, Joanna Pacula, Danelle Harris, Keith David, and Basil Wallace as the villain Jamaican drug lord who goes by the name of Screwface is the villain's name. Um, Mark for Death. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Bird on the Wire. It's about a woman who finds out that her former boyfriend had who had faked his death as he works for the FBI informant till the two bad guys who want him dead. Bird on the Wire. This is a different completely movie for Mel Gibson. It's a comedy it's an action comedy movie, or comedy with action, however you want to call it. Bird on the Wire. It's really a fun movie. It's really a fun comedy action film. If you've never seen it, um, it's another cult classic action comedy film of the 90s. Um, it's really fun entertainment. Um, Bird on the Wire. It stars Mel Gibson, Goldie Hawn, Bill Duke, and Derek Carradine. I give Bird on a Wire 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Total Recall. It's about a man who has no idea of who he is until he finds out that his wife and mysterious people who want him dead. Total Recall. Well, this is my VHS tape of Total Recall on VHS tape. And I also own the DVD of Total Recall. Total Recall, it's really a fun action sci-fi Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Um, it's directed by Paul Verhoeven, who directed Basic Instinct, Starship Troopers. And the original RoboCop as well. But Paul Verhoeven, he's the director who made Total Recalls on Schwarzenegger. But yeah, Total Recall, Total Recall was on Schwarzenegger. It's really a fun action sci-fi Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Um, yeah, with great makeup effects. I always like the special makeup effects where Arnold Schwarzenegger disguises himself as a woman, and that woman he takes off the woman's mask, and then it opens up. I I I like that. I like that makeup. I thought it was cool. So yeah. Uh, Total Recall. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sharon Stone, um, Michael Ironside, and Ronnie Coss. I give Total Recall 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Goodfellas. It's a biographical true story about a wise guy um, named Henry Hill. As the film tells from Henry Hill's days from joining the mob from the 1960s to the 1980s. As the film chronicles the rise and fall of Henry Hill and the mob and his relationship with the mob. Goodfellas. Well, this is another good um, 90s movie. Um, I own I own Goodfellas on VHS, as you can see, and also on DVD. It's a 2 disc special edition of Goodfellas. Goodfellas, like I said, it's really a great true story movie that tells the rise and fall of a wise guy from the 60s to the 80s. It's before becoming an FBI informant. Um, Goodfellas, it's a good gangster or mob movie directed at the hands by the great Martin Scorsese. Martin Scorsese directed the helm this movie, so it makes it a classic. Goodfellas stars Robert De Niro, Ray Liotta, Joe Pesci, who won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, Paul Sorvino, and Lauren Bracco. I give Goodfellas 3 out of 3 stars. We also have a movie called A Shock to the System. It's about a man who was promised to be promoted till the day he doesn't get the promotion, and but one of his colleagues does get promoted, and he doesn't. As as the man plans to get revenge on his colleagues and whoever thinks that they they are better than him. So it's kind of a revenge movie, satire movie. A shock to the system. It's like I said, it's a satire, edgy comedy movie, dark or black comedy, however you want to call it. Um, it stars Michael Caine. Michael Caine was a great performer, delivers a great performance. Who wants revenge as well? Okay, what was I? Oh yeah, yeah, a shock to the system. Michael Caine delivers a great performance. Really great black comedy movie. Um, a shock to the system stars Michael Caine and Elizabeth McGovern. I gave a shock to the system 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Miami Blues by an ex-con who comes to Miami where he steals a cop's badge and gun as the ex-convict poses as a cop. Miami Blues. This is a funny movie. If you never seen Miami Blues, it's really one of those cult classic movies that is completely forgotten when it first came out or after it came out. Miami Blues is really a funny movie. If you've not seen it, I recommend Miami Blues. Watch it. You'll have a good time. It's entertainment. And Alec Baldwin was just so great as the ex-convict who steals a cop's badge and gun. So I just think it was really funny, and Alec Baldwin was great. Um, Miami Blues. It stars Fred Ward, Alec Baldwin, and Jennifer Jason Leigh. I give Miami Blues 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Edward Scissorhands. It's about a strange man who was created and has hands for scissors, who gets taken in by a family until the teenage daughter befriended the strange creator man. Um, Edward Scissorhands. Well, this is another good movie, but I would say it's a film I will probably never. Well, I mean, I don't watch Edward Scissorhands all the time like everybody else does. Everybody says that Edward Scissorhands is their favorite Tim Burton movie, and I mean, Edward Scissorhands. It's a good film, but it's really emotional, and yeah, it's you could say Edward Scissorhands. It's kind of a one time of a movie for me, and I will probably will never see it again because it's just a very emotional movie, and it's a Tim Burton movie, so yeah. And I have the movie Edward Scissorhands on DVD, so yeah. Um, Edward Scissorhands stars Johnny Depp, Winona Ryder, Anthony Michael Hall, Diane Wiest, Alan Arkin, and Vincent Price, the great horror screen legend. Um, Edward Scissorhands. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Home Alone. It's about an 8-year-old kid named Kevin McAllister who gets left alone at home, while at the same time he sets up booby traps for the Red Bandits thieves. Home Alone. Like Edward Scissorhands that I just mentioned. I don't watch Edward Scissorhands like I said, and the original first Home Alone. I don't watch very often, even though people consider it a holiday classic Christmas movie. Um, but you know, the first Home Alone movie, sure, I'll watch it from time to. I'll watch the first Home Alone movie from time to time, but I don't watch it all the time or like every day or every year on Christmas. I'll watch it sometimes, but if I felt like watching it. But it's really funny, and the traps that the Kevin McAllister sets up for the bandits, the Red Bandits, is really funny. So Home Alone. It's uh, it's written by John or produced by John Hughes, directed by Chris Columbus, and it stars Macaulay Culkin, Captain O'Hara, John Hurt, Joe Pesci, Donald Stern, um, and John Candy. Home Alone, the original. I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called Presumed Innocent. It's about a lawyer man who has a one night stand with a colleague woman till the next day she's been murdered. And as the lawyer finds himself being framed for her murder, Presumed Innocent. Well, I mean, this movie's based on a true story or based on a real life true event that happened or is a true story. However you see it or call it. Um, as you can see, I have Presumed Innocent on VHS tape. I also have it on DVD as well. Um, so yeah, Presumed Innocent. You know, it's It's a completely what you call under the radar movie, and it's never been brought up by Harrison Ford fans, or have they never seen it. But yeah, it's based on a true story, presume innocent. Um, I thought the acting was great or good, and yeah. Um, Presume Innocent stars Harrison Ford, Bonnie Bedelia, Raul Julia, Brian Denny, and Greta Scarchi. I give Presume Innocent 3 out of 3 stars. We have a sequel, Predator 2. It's about a tough LA cop who goes up against an alien hunter who goes by a predator who hunts for sport killing in Los Angeles. Predator 2, well, as you know, this is a sequel to the original first Predator movie that starred Arnold Schwarzenegger, but this is a sequel. Um, as you can see, I own the VHS tape of a Predator 2. Predator 2, it's really a good sequel. I know some people have their doubts about the second Predator movie. They prefer the first one the best. Sure. But I like Predator 2. I had fun with it. It's really a good worthy sequel, Predator 2. Um, Predator 2, it stars Danny Glover, Maria Conchita Alonso, Gary Busey, Ruben Blades, Bill Paxton, Robert Davi, Adam Baldwin, Kent McCord, Kevin Lockhart, Kevin Peter Hall as the Predator, and Martin Downey Jr. Predator 2, I give it 3 out of 3 stars. We have a movie called The First Tremors. It's about a group of people who live in a small town of Perfection, Nevada, um, where the most battle grabby worms that are under the ground as they planning to wreak havoc in this small desert town. Tremors, You know, this is the first Tremors that started it all, and the first Tremors is really quite good, and it's really kind of a homage, like an homage to those '50s creature movies, and yeah, it's really a fun movie, Tremors. If you never seen it or you never heard about it, it's really a fun cult classic movie. And the first Tremors movie. Um, I I own it on DVD as well, the first one. So and the first Tremors film it introduced us to a character named Burt Gummer before we see the character more in the sequels. The first Tremors stars Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Reba McEntire, Michael Gross, Ariana Richards. Um, I get the first Tremors 3 out of 3 stars. And finally, we have the last movie of 1990. We have a film called Dick Tracy. It's about a crime fighter man who wears a yellow hat, a yellow jacket, and a wristwatch that can talk, as his name is Dick Tracy, who goes up against his rival nemesis, Big Boy Caprice. Well, the character Dick Tracy is based on a comic strip adaptation cartoon character. Um, Dick Tracy, it's such a good movie. It's such a fun color crime action movie. It's really fun movie. If you're not seen Dick Tracy, I recommend you see Dick Tracy. It's really fun. You'll have a good time, especially with the colors. With the colors and and just everything about it, the costumes and the makeup, just great. Um, Dick Tracy. It stars and directed by Warren Beatty. If you didn't know that, Dick Tracy co-stars um, Madonna, Glenn Headley, Charlie Cosmo, Charles Doring, Dustin Hoffman, James Caan, Ed O'Ross, R.G. Armstrong, Paul Sorvino, Seymour Cassel, Henry Silva, um, Dick Van Dyke, Mandy Patinkin, William Forsythe as the right hand henchman, Flat Top, and finally we have Al Pacino, who steals every scene as Big Boy Caprice. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so William Forsythe as the right hand henchman, Flat Top, and Al Pacino, who steals every scene as Big Boy Caprice character in this film. Al Pacino was great. He was like the scene stealer as well. Um, Dick Tracy, memorable characters, the crime action movie. I give Dick Tracy 3 out of 3 stars. Okay, everybody, that would do it for Movies of 1990, Part 1. Thank you for watching episode 79. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe and get new content episodes. Thank you for watching, and I'll see all of you at the movies.